and welcome to your daily reading for the 12th of October 2018. This is Friday. I hope you are well. Guess what? Zillich Tarot is back. I absolutely adore the deck I presented to you yesterday, which is the Ethereal Visions Tarot. But as soon as I saw that shuffling it creates a little scratches on the golden foil, I decided not to use it for daily readings because I really want to preserve the beauty of this. And I think I'm gonna make a short film with presentation of the deck. But for now, let's go back to Zillich because it's equally beautiful, though in a totally different way. And I absolutely love using it. The moon is in Scorpio. That's water element. You already know the sound. And it's moving to Sagittarius, which is a fire element. Let's listen to this. It's quite different. Very optimistic. Okay. Just to tune in a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to choose 3 cards for all of us. What does the universe want us to know? What do we need to see, hear, and feel for Friday, the 12th of October 2018? I'm going to choose 3 cards as usual. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. What do we have? We have the moon and a fool and 8 of wands. Let me adjust the camera. So we have 2 major arcanas. The moon, which is associated with Pisces, the sign of Pisces, and it's very much about the intuition. And the Fool, which is sometimes associated with Uranus. So it's a sudden change, unpredicted change and shift, and finding a new way. And 8 of Wands is connected with Sagittarius, so it's moving into Sagittarius. It's funny because here in this deck, you can see there is a Scorpio here. So something changes, I feel, this day. This movement from Scorpio, that is quite visible here, instead of Cancer. Usually you can see Cancer here, not a Scorpio. There's a shift here from this to this, and I feel this is a very good day to start to leave some things behind. As you perhaps know, or you don't know, we are in a period of Venus moving retrograde, which is a cause of many problems for many people, many tensions. Things that used to be calm tend to come back and stir the waters and make us feel not very well with our previous decisions, perhaps with ex-partners and other things very much connected with relationships. And the moon It used to be a card associated with natural phenomena like earthquakes, floods, and stuff like that, because the moon is directly responsible for tides. So if there is a big tide like a tsunami, then people might also associate it with the celestial body. Nowadays it's rather read as something that covers the sunlight or only reflects the sunlight. So the light isn't direct here. It's either the absence of light or the light is very thin and reflected by only a little chunk of rock in the sky. So you don't see clearly. You see things darkly, you see shadows. You may not feel very well with it, you may feel lost, perplexed, in vertigo, perhaps. Perhaps you cannot sorry. You cannot distinguish between what's real and what's your imagination. It is something that really often happens when we are in a dark forest during the night and the moon is shining and you see shadows, and those shadows seem to be alive, seem to move, and you don't know whether it's reality or just the work of your mind, of your never sleeping brain that wants to create something out of nothing. And there may be fear connected with this, the fear that I don't know enough. And you may feel uncomfortable in this situation. Something is not clear here, definitely. Something is covered with shadow. The light doesn't have access to something here. But what is nice that you decide to step out of this situation, I feel. The Fool is not only the card of a new beginning, but it's also full of light, as you can see. You can see the sun here directly. And what's funny is that sun is here, but he's looking directly into the light. So there is another light that can guide you, even if you're walking out of the night, because the moon is the night. It's perhaps the dark night of the soul. I know it's a daily reading, right? So it rather won't play out during one day, these energies, because they are major arcana. So it can be part of a greater process you're going through, and this day may be a big step in this process, or it can be some kind of a trespass, some kind of a tipping point in your journey when you decide to risk, because there is also a factor of risk in the Fool. It's like you say, well, whatever happens, I'm gonna follow my light. This light here, this little star, can be your passion, can be something you feel deep inside, that it's gonna be great, and that I feel that you really want to leave this darkness behind. Perhaps you saw something in the darkness. It can also be like that you see a little light at the end of the tunnel and you decide to go towards it no matter what, and you don't look at obstacles. But the fear can include, being afraid to step on something dangerous. But I feel there's a decision here not to look at what's beneath your feet. Just to look up, to see higher purposes, and to disregard earthy obstacles. And I feel when this decision is made, when you see the light and you decide to follow it, everything falls into place. Eight of Wands is called swiftness here, but it's also a great card of things going in order finally, and things really moving swiftly, but they also move in order. There's great grace here in the movement. You can see this lady really in a ballet-like pose, jumping and running, but she's carrying something very precious, and she has no difficulties with this, and she's spreading the colors all around. And perhaps you are looking at yourself with awe, that because you really didn't realize that you can be so swift and so graceful and so ordered, because it seems that everything really falls into place. This may be, you know, when the decision comes, there also come information. It can also be about this, because Eight of Wands is sometimes information coming to you, and these are good news. These are the news that you were looking for, and now when you finally saw the light and decided to follow it, they follow you. It often works like that. But when we move beyond some tipping point, everything changes. So, very beautiful message here. I think I'm gonna just stick with it. This time without an oracle card. I hope it's gonna be a great time for you. A great day to really leave darkness behind. Let it be. Let it happen. I wish you a beautiful day, no matter where you live, no matter who you are. Blessings. Bye-bye.